Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Landon in for Haley Wade. The president is coming to North Central Florida today. We have team coverage of the commander-in-chief as he touches down in Ocala and heads to the Villages for an event focused on health care.
Yes, definitely a big day here at the Villages.
The Spanish Springs Town Square is already full of supporters of the president, as well as those rallying against him. And that's where TV20's Julia Loudy joins us live. Julia, what is it like out there?
TV20 News.
President Donald Trump is expected to land at Ocala International Airport in just under a half hour. And coming up right after the break, TV20's meteorologist Mike Potter is here to tell us just how hot that Florida sun is expected to get out there today.
And we'll have a look at our weekend forecast that's coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, so it's not too hot for all those people out there waiting for the president.
No, not too bad.
Nice. So put on a hat, though. Make sure a little bit of sunscreen, but you should be good.
Good idea. There you go.
All right. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Well, deputies have made an arrest in a Sunday morning home invasion turned homicide. Alachua County deputies arrested Brian Williams on the charge of homicide. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Landon Hara. A man is dead after crashing his car in Marion County Saturday evening. Benny Price of Citra was driving near the intersection of Northeast 25th Avenue and State Road 326. FHP troopers say he drove through a stop sign and hit a mobile crane. Officials say Price was taken to the hospital and later died as a result of his injuries. An Oklahoma nonprofit hopes to solve a huge problem with tiny homes. Lacey Lett tells us how these small-scale homes give at-risk youth opportunities to stand on their own feet and create a better future. Pivot hopes to build 85 tiny homes. The next phase of the project is slated to begin by the end of the year. AJ, was it hot out there today, and what's the coming work week look like?
You know, it really wasn't that bad out there today, Landon. It's going to really clear things up nicely for the weekend. So, Landon, what do you think? Looking at that 7-day, do you think we're going to see 90s for the rest of the year? Or you think we're finally done with them?
I don't believe anything.
You should be the one asking me that, right?
I should be, right? I should be.
I hope we're done with the 90s.
Okay, well, speaking of hot, let's talk about those Gators who are hot. The Gator football team remains undefeated after that big win over the Auburn Tigers on Saturday night.
So you were at College Game Day. We already talked about that yesterday. The Gators will get another College Game Day this upcoming weekend when they take on LSU in Baton Rouge. College Game Day is coming to Baton Rouge, so that's going to be that's the third game day the Gators have had.
Hey, you know, that's not a bad thing, though. It's always good when your team keeps getting those big marquee game day matchups.
Yeah, I think that means they're pretty good.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to see them get around 7 or 6 in the rankings. That's what we're hoping for. Well, we will be right back.
You are really struggling to find that sign for fall. Look for next weekend because we're finally going to see some temperatures, maybe even in the low to mid 80s with overnight lows in the mid 60s. So it's coming.
But not my mid 70s yet. We're not quite there. Well, I'll tell you what, I was out there with all those fans today, and it was so. It wasn't like super hot, but there was also all those people. I had a lot of fun talking with some of those people who were actually in that pit where they waited there for hours and hours. And they were saying, man, it was sweaty in there, though. So I was glad that I got to be, you know, like the media area, a little bit far back.
Probably had a little fan blowing on you, too, or something, didn't you?
Well, I mean, I'm not that much of a celebrity, you know. With game day in town, they had to bring in the big fans for the big boys.
Right.
So, but thanks so much, AJ. Appreciate it. And we will be right back. Gilchrist County fire crews had to rescue a woman after she fell into a hole earlier today and couldn't get out. The woman was walking in the woods around her house when she fell into a 15-foot deep hole. She was trapped for 12 hours before Alachua County fire crews sent a technical rescue team to lift her out using special equipment. She only suffered minor injuries. Over 100 veterans were treated to an all-day fishing trip at Steinhatchee today. It's part of a semi-annual event hosted by Hooked on Heroes, an organization that aims to honor veterans. This year, 187 veterans signed up and attended the event. Volunteers and individual boat owners provided fishing gear and 63 boats to take the group out fishing for the day. This is the 5th year the organization has hosted this event.